where we're missing the mark as police agencies is we don't market them to the media. Think about it like this: the media can't be everywhere all the time. They can't be at all your community events. And so one of the ways that you can do stuff is to market a package, as I call it, to the news media. Shoot your video, put it on your social media, but then either call the news desk, send a news release with the link, and they're 9 times out of 10, they'll pick up that video that you shot and they'll do a voiceover as an anchor. You might even get a reporter assigned to it. So that's the way you market a package to news media.
Whenever we're considering what retention really looks like, it is a deliberate mindset. So we focused a lot on recruitment and getting people to the door and through the door through a good process. But one thing that we often lack is how to keep people in the room. And so retention is deliberately working on ways to engage with your staff, with your officers, with the people that are working with you and for you, so they feel comfortable in the room and that they're engaged. So as a police agency, we often have plans for everything, for every crime, every large event that we have that's coming up. But very rarely do we have an actual plan, a strategic plan at that, for personnel management. So the mindset has to be so deliberate that you have to get away from the colloquial use of recruitment and retention and transform your policies in the way that you're going to be operating for your personnel management to retention and then recruitment. So your best recruitment strategy is recruiting your officers to stay with your agency every single day, and that in turn is going to be the recruitment strategy that you need to bring people into your agency.
Police officers matter. If you have a house, let's say, we're in San Diego here, it's worth $2 million because it has a clawfoot bathtub, it has a pool, and it has a really nice kitchen. If I rip out the kitchen, and I rip out the bathtub, and I rip out the pool, all you have is the shell. Is that really worth $2 million? The answer is no. It's like a police department. You may have the cars and the guns and the vests and the body cameras, but if you don't have the people, you don't have an asset. Chiefs have nothing to chief if not for the people that come and the talent that they bring.
The honor of being Declan's handler. He is part of our wellness program. Facility dogs are different than station dogs. They are certified, they are trained, they are the responsibility of the handler for their performance and their duties. It's an outstanding addition to your wellness program. People may not want to talk to you about what's going on, but they'll absolutely spend 10 minutes just hanging out with the dog, petting him, and all the science and the research shows that it does lower blood pressure, stress levels, all those things. We're very used to dogs in law enforcement, but inquiring about them and adding them to your wellness program can be a huge add. It's very cost effective and very easy to do. A lot of flexibility to it, so see what works for your department. Reach out, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help.
Usually the career outlines how to be a successful officer, how to get the special assignment. What it doesn't outline for officers from the beginning is how to have a successful family life and personal life outside of work. It's possible, but what I'll tell you is that it takes the same type of intention and investment in your home life, in your relationships that you give to your career. And I know this is hard sometimes because the career takes a lot, but it is possible. Remember that your relationships, they're like finances. If you're not investing in them along the way from academy to retirement, they're not going to show up for you at the end like you like them to.
We were able to give a presentation at IACP today, and it's about command presence and how it plays into relationships away from work. We are taught as young officers that we need to be very, very in charge. We need to use a command presence to have that control. The problem is that we take that home with us and it does not translate well. And so we have learned to do something that ultimately could be very damaging at home. And so our presentation was about redefining command presence and making it something where it's balanced enough. You could do it at home, you could do it at work, and when you are able to find the type of person that has that balance, you're successful in both home and work more than you would be otherwise. So the reality is our agency is not much different than any other agency, other than the fact that we recognize culture is more than a buzzword. It's actually a real thing that you can feel. And we do everything we can to value our culture. That's what we talked about here at IACP as an organization, is that it includes everybody. And you can talk about culture, but until you're actually doing things that hurt, and when I say hurt, it means uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable as a leader doing some of the things it takes to change culture. We start every single idea with the question, why can't we fill in the blank? And when you ask that question and the answer is usually, well, the reason you can't is because we've always done it that way, then you're on the verge of changing culture, and then you have to make the changes and live in a way that you've never lived before, and that can be very uncomfortable, but the results are incredible because it's led to a hiring frenzy that we've never seen before.